you can say things in art that you can't say in any other way, you know. And I've seen young people win awards for their poetry. The Wicked Words Prize by Michael Morpurgo was won by a young person in care. And also there are young people in care who are in the arts right now. Guitarists for Elbow was an adopted guy. You know, we are pretty much everywhere, and we're in popular culture. Harry Potter was a foster child, Superman was fostered, Batman was fostered, Jane Eyre, Oliver Twist, James and the Giant Peach, Pippi Longstocking. You know, we're right at the heart of popular culture, you know. I think we may be entering a time where we start to own that.
VOYPIC is the voice of young people in care, and we are an organisation for children and young people who are or have been in care. We've embarked on a new journey, and in that journey what we're trying to do is to give young people an opportunity to tell their story. One of the things that we know, or what children and young people have said to us, is that in situations like social work reports, they see their story written down, but it doesn't seem like their story. They're involved in court systems and everybody's talking about them, but that's not their story either. They watch the television, they listen to the radio, they have the media, and they're hearing this whole story about children in care, and they're thinking to themselves, that doesn't sound like me. Why we're here today is to give children and young people who are in care or have been in care an opportunity to tell their story in their voice, in their own experience, from how they see it.
This programme with the young people from VOYPIC is part of our longer term or extended programmes under the Culture Coach programme for ArtsEkta. Those are programmes where you engage with groups for a longer period of time, and you bring in artists and you work with the young people on an extended basis. You know, there are artists within those young people, and I know that. There are artists in there, and maybe they just haven't had the chance or the access to the arts before. So hopefully we might get a creative writing genius out of today, or you never know, they might be inspired to take up visual art or whatever, you know, digital arts practice. That's the kind of outcome that I would like to see.
I'm constantly inspired by how young people in care experience their childhood and how they carry that with them, you know, carry their stories with them. I was just saying to a couple of young people who were in care that we are quite extraordinary, because it's quite a unique experience to open your eyes in a house and know that you're going to go walk down to the breakfast table and be surrounded by strangers and have to act normally as if that isn't the case, to consistently have to introduce yourself to new people who don't know who you are, but who are supplanted where family used to be. You know, this is a very unique kind of talent that the person in care, the young person in care, employs on a daily basis. They deal with extraordinary skills. They use extraordinary skills to deal in extraordinary situations every day of their lives, and are not recognised for it. You know, so for me, it's a kind of honour to be able to work with them, to be honest. Funding is important to everything. This building wouldn't be here if it wasn't for funding. And funding occurs through priority, through a government quite often, or a private organisation prioritising one set of group of people. And the reason we don't get the funding for the kids in care, or for the artwork, for example, for kids in care, is because our society's got a prejudice against the child in care. Somehow nobody wanted a children's home at the bottom of their street. All I guess I would want is for them to be able to express themselves in a way of their choosing, through metaphor and through words and language and art. And you know, the magic is when they're kind of surprised about how good they are.